Hey everybody, this is I Play Games 38 here, bringing you a mod review of the Millionaire mod for 1.6.4. However, it is also available for 1.7.2. And I would rather prefer it for 1.7.2 because a lot of the bugs and annoying things are fixed. But for right now, we're at 1.6.4, and right now you see nothing, nothing's like huge, nothing really important going on. But this whole mod is based on um like town, like villages, like a normal Minecraft village. It's okay, it's decent, but nothing special. These mod, this millionaire mod really like enhances the whole village idea. Like it really like I don't know. It just there's different civilizations that you can find and meet, and then you have to help them to grow their city, and then eventually you can become the leader of the city, and eventually have your own city and create your own buildings and all that. But for right now, as you can see, you don't really. It's not like a village spawns right on top of you. You actually have to go and find it. So now, if you press the P or the V key for Village Finder, and right now it says no known village closer than 2 kilometers, which means I have to keep searching for the village. Usually, it doesn't take too long to find a village. You can also um, all these controls can be changed in the keybind, but if you press M for like millionaire, you can see right now the cultures: Norman, which are like French, obviously Japanese for Japanese, Byzantine, Mayan, and Hindi cultures. So you can see I have a neutral reputation since I just started in this world, and my language level is minimal. As you trade with these civilizations, you learn more of their language. Because right away when you meet them, they'll talk to you, but you won't understand unless you actually speak that language in real life. But eventually, if you trade with them, you will learn their language and it will translate to English. And then so you can just go. Here's like a ton of help things if you get like more information about each culture, and then like trading and all this. There's also a quest system which I'll get to later. But for right now, we're gonna go and find a village. Villages can spawn pretty much anywhere, I'd say. I think they're most common though in like these kind of flat grasslands. But I think they can spawn pretty much anywhere. So I'm just gonna keep just rolling along. Um, just to continue on topic, Millionaire Mod, like the whole trading idea, which we'll get to soon. Um, when you trade with them, like you don't like just trade anything. Like usually they'll require like, oh, I need like, I don't know, 64 oak wood, and then they'll go and create a like, it's not, you don't have it translated yet. Whoa, frame rate. But it won't be like translated, so you know what building they're gonna place. So they're like, oh, we need 64 wood or like 6 glass, and oh, here's a civilization, maybe. I think this is the Byzantines. Or is this? I think this might just be like a workplace, which means. Alright, so this is a Mayan like outpost. There are outposts and also lone buildings to discover. The lone buildings idea is it's just like this destroyed building, like a ruined kind of thing, and it just gives you some like free money, I guess, because there's a whole money system in the game and it's like trading stuff. This is just kind of like an outpost where you can. They only sell like one thing, or one or two things. You always have to like come to like a certain spot, like inside their house. So then they'll come and be like, I'll be right here or whatever. Yeah, and then like they sell maize, which I'm pretty sure is a kind of like corn or food, and then they buy this stuff. I'll show you how. I guess for right now, since they buy cobblestone for 1 dinar or 3 dinars, that's the money system. So I'll show you that if you take cobblestone and see how this has now lit up. That means if you click on this item, it's you sold the maize. Well, you sold money to them, and then they give you money. That's why I have 1 dinar popped up right here. Now, if I get 2 more, and I sell it to them, and I get 3, but they are out of stock. Well, that's a shame. But if they had some, this would light up too, and then you can just click it, and then it'll be placed in your inventory, and the money will go away. But since that's only a little outpost, it does not really do too much besides just kind of give you a little idea of what it's like to trade. Let's continue on to see if we can find an actual village. The whole Byzantine. I think when you see an outpost, that means a town of that culture is also nearby. But you can also again change the settings where if you can't find a village or you're having trouble, you can change how close they are, like the minimum village lone building distance, or like distances between things, or how close you can spawn and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'm pretty sure we have to find one soon. Also, most cultures just require like, oh, here right now. So we found a mine village, as you can see in the chat. It pops up, and then you see it spawns. You might like drop a few frames because like it will literally be I don't know if you saw nothing there, and all of a sudden just pops up. So it might lag a little bit if you just come across it. But anyway, as you can see, it says new village located. That's the name of the village, Dos Pilas. And that's the type of village, a costumbre. I'm not sure what that means. Mayan culture, and it's 116 meters to the northwest, so which is right here. As you can see, they already have several buildings here before you can actually help the village. Now, usually each village has like a main headquarters or like central building, and then the buildings will expand out. Now, just wanted to show you that if I click the V key, now instead of it saying no known village, the Costumbre dos Pilas village is now active and it's to the north. So you can be very far away, like 500 meters blocks that way, and it will still pop up on your if you press the V key. Now, as you see, I do have the specs texture pack, so that's why it looks a little bit different. Whoa, I'm pretty sure. So right here is like the board of to-do things. So as you can see, it says the first one is going order project tunic initial, lacking resources. As you can see right there, but we'll get there in a second. So this is where the building or the project they are working on the village. No construction in progress, which means they haven't started building it because obviously they have no resources. This is the population of the village. Obviously, you can see 12 adults, no youth or children. The military stats for offense and defense. This village is more defensive. And the total buildings in the village. Now, as you see, there's no construction in progress because we're lacking resources. But it tells you that, hey, they need 22 wood, 56 cobblestone, and 29 wood of any type to complete this project. So if you see this person's right here, there's also I'll get that in a second. So the person's right here comes to sell to you. Make sure you're near one of these, and then the person will come sell. See, now they have a more wide open area to sell. They sell dirt for padding, wood, any kind of wood, gold even, and then their own special kind of thing. We'll get to that 1A thing later, and then all the stuff you can get. Now the money system works. I think I relate to kind of like a World of Warcraft kind of system where 64 of the bronze denar equals 1 silver, and 64 silver denar equals 1 gold denar. So the 125 denars, and I'm pretty sure the 2O is the 2 gold denars, and then the 1A is the silver denars. And then they buy this stuff obviously on the bottom. So I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna just show that we're gonna complete this project right now. Obviously, you're gonna have to go get the resources yourself, but since I'm in creative as of the moment, I'm gonna get 17 wood. So let's take a stack of 64, and on a sheet it shows you how much you have. And if you click it once, nothing happens. But if you like click it a couple times real quick, it just sells them all. So if you do like a triple click, just really quick, it'll sell them all. So if you don't you only have you have like 32, and you only want to give them 16. Make sure you don't do it too quickly, because then you'll have to buy it back. And I think it's more money than it is. Yeah, it's 2 for the 1, so that's not a good deal. But now since I have a total of 1 dinar argent versus 1 dinar. So 64 of these is 1 of these. Now I could potentially buy like slabs or jungle wood, but this stuff comes later. But you could potentially buy that later. Okay. Now you can see the oak wood and the wood slots are both full. 22 out of 22, 29 29. Now, but they still need the cobblestone. So I'm gonna. Oh, this is awkward. When it gets nighttime, obviously they sleep and the village stops. So I'm just gonna. I think I might just set time. Can I do this? Is this legal? Oh, I have no idea how to do that. Time thing. Well, anyway, as of right now, even though it's nighttime, I think I might just cut since I don't know how. I feel really silly right now, but whatever. I guess I'll just cut to the sunshine part. But anyway, I was gonna let's just a little brief tour. See, I see this chest, and you're thinking, well, I can get the chest. I can loot whatever they have, because you can. In one of these chests, there's the wood. But you can't take it. The chests are locked. They're like specific to the village. If you can become village leader, then these chests unlock and you can have access to them. But since you are just like a stranger, then you can't actually get like any of the chests in the entire village that you can't get to. But I'm actually gonna cut so we're back to daylight. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I just didn't know the actual command, so I just had to quickly look that up. Okay, so now that we have daylight again, everybody's up and about now with the, uh-oh, that's not good. As you see, monsters do attack the villagers, but you might want to, oh, I'm kind of just tearing up this village right now. This is, I feel so bad. Okay, not my fault. Okay, well, if a villager dies, they will respawn, but it takes like a whole day-night cycle for them to respawn. Probably. But now I will come back to the whole cobblestone. We're gonna finish this project. So I'm gonna come over here. Where it says no construction progress, so I can to 56, and I'm gonna sell all of it. So now you can see the project is finally complete, and now this sign right here says construction 0. This is like a percentage thing. 0% is 49 meters to the south. If you have a mini map or something, it'd be easy to figure out which is north, northeast, south, and west. But right now you can follow the guy, and usually the yellow thing above their head tells you what they're going to do. So this guy says building right now. So that means obviously he's going to be going to build. Now you can, I recommend, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. You can stay and watch them build the actual thing right in front of you. It's not like it just appears there, or it just, it's just there and just skips or anything. You actually can watch it like live happening. So that's really cool. I think, I don't know how long it's going to take, but obviously, he like cleans the land. I don't know, like clears the land. Yeah, not clean. Clears the land to build whatever he's building, and it'll eventually be like kind of like a flat surface, leaving like cut trees and stuff. As you can see, these trees like just gone. Even like the leaves, they're just cut. Like not all of it, just where he's going. So hopefully he'll just keep going, even though we'll not be focused on that. Hopefully you can check on that later. Alright, now here's the very important part. There's one guy in the village that usually hangs around the headquarters, but can walk around. Okay, he is the village leader, right? He usually dresses in like a different kind of clothes. As you can see, this person's like in a tunic or some kind of thing like that, or most people are. But this guy's like decked out. So now if you click on him, this menu pops up. It says the head of the village, Akan, or that's the person's name, and they're the head of the village of Dos Pilas. Now the second part says your status. So like your reputation, like how we went here, the reputation. You are a stranger right now. If you start trading more with them, the reputation goes up, and if you do quests for them, it even goes up more. But right now they tell you like we have not seen you, we don't know who you are, so they don't like trust us. Later on, when your reputation goes up, you can buy houses or land. So some of this is land and some of this is houses. The bottom one's like obviously the best kind of house, but it starts somewhere. Now there's 5 pages. So the second page just kind of tells you your reputation's too low for the village to teach you how to plant. Your reputation is not sufficient for you to be recognized as a leader. So it kind of just eventually when you get to that high ranking, more options will open up. Now, if you found other villages, this is a very important screen. It says diplomatic points available, 5. Every day, every like morning, you get 5 points of diplomatic points. So let's say you had 2 villages, maybe like a Norman village and obviously the mine village right now. You can they'll have diplomatic points. The village will appear right here, and it will say praise or slander. So you can praise the village, which will help relations between the 2 villages, or you can slander the village, which will worsen the relations of the village, and maybe cause them to fight. So I've actually never been a part of a battle, but if the time comes where the relations are so bad that in the chat, how when we found the village the first time, like right here, in red it will say, it might say like Dos Pilas or the village you have or you like, is planning an attack on this other village. That attack doesn't usually happen right away, but then it will also tell you when the actual battle begins. So hopefully, let's go check on the build right now. Doesn't seem like he actually got that far. Doesn't seem like he's building at all. I don't know. You can check on the percentage of how quickly it's been done. I see it's only at 3% right now, but eventually, hopefully, they will get that done. So I think I'm now, since I don't think I'm high enough reputation, it's either that or just I don't think it's very common. The questing, there's small quests and big quests in this game. The small quests, like any villager, like just a normal villager, will have something like above their head that says like, I don't know, like thirsty, or like, I know for the Normans, who I think are the best civilization, it'll say like the name of the person, and then this yellow will say, you know, what they're doing, and then another one, a quest will pop up saying, like, I don't know, thirsty or like missing broken sword. So if it was the Norman culture, the queen of the village will have like a thing that says broken sword, which means, and then you would right click on the person, and the quest menu would pop up, and you can say accept quest or decline quest. I would recommend obviously accepting the quest if you can. So like the one quest, the broken sword, is pretty easy, but it's just she will give you a new sword, and you have to give it to her husband, which is the village leader. So you just have to find him in the village, and then when you accept this quest, something will pop over his name saying like the same quest that you started, so you know to go to him, and you click on him, and another menu will pop up saying finish quest. So those are kind of like the small kind of quest things that are available in this game. I'm not sure what you're doing. I think you were supposed to go build. I'm not sure. Alright, let's just explore some of the more buildings here. So right here is like the quarry kind of building, where this is where they get their source of rocks. And you see he's mining right now. And people will come and take the resources and bring them back to the main building for other people to come. So usually there's just like a houses for the villagers, and sometimes you can build like obviously the trees so they can have wood. So they have a tree farm, and then I'm not 100% sure what this is, but eventually you can build. I think it's just a house. I think you can pretty much build trade headquarters, quarries. Each one has its own specific things, but like a kind of like a well kind of thing. And like blacksmith stuff. If you want to see the whole list, you can go to here, which is starting buildings, and it tells you. So the main one is an observatory. So this main building right here, apparently is observatory, and it has 15 upgrades left. So that's a lot of actual upgrading stuff. But there's mine house, axeman's house, the grove, stone mine, and a shaman's grounds. So these are all the buildings they have right now. But these are the buildings that they don't have, like another stone mine, corn farm, grove, temple, cocoa plantation, lower home library, all this stuff that you can eventually build, possibly in the future, after doing originally like starting with what they want, and then eventually they'll branch out and you can build more things, right? And then I think now I'm gonna go back to that whole question thing. So I don't know if you saw this when I began, but if I scroll, can I scroll all the way up to the top? No, I can't. Alright, I'm gonna quickly save and quit, and then single player, come back to the mod review. And now right here, as you see in the bottom corner, it says Creation Quest Chapter The Sadhu Not Started, Chapter The Alchemist Not Started, and The Fallen King Not Started. So those, in this entire mod, there are 3 like main storylines, which I find very, very cool. Because it's like Minecraft, it has a purpose, right? But when you actually feel like you're doing something, or like your whole like, quest, like you have like a mission, I think like the feeling's pretty great. So so to unlock these quests, I recommend starting with the Sadhu and then going, since this is the order it's in, you don't have to. You can also start the Alchemist and the Sadhu, but it's kind of like the order it kind of goes in. So the Sadhu, to start that, you have to get a high enough reputation in their culture to unlock it. You have to become a friend of the village, which means you have to trade with them and do a lot of quests for them. Specifically, I found on their wiki that if you sell enough materials to equal 2 golden dinars, which is 2 stacks of 64 silver, and obviously like 4 stacks of the copper dinars or something. No, I lied. No, that's not 4. But 2 stacks of the silver will get you a friend of the village, unless you do something wrong. But so when you get to that point, the reputation bar right here will say friend of the village. And that's when, after you get to that point, the village leader will have a quest for you called the Sadhu, the Alchemist, and the Fallen King. That's when you click on the quest and you accept the quest. For the Alchemist, you need to get friend of village for the Normans, and for the fallen king, I'm actually not 100% sure how to get that unlocked. But for the Sadu, it's with the Hindi, friend of the village, and the alchemist is the Norman. And when you unlock the quest, this is kind of like a heads up. It will say like you have to go and find them. And you're thinking, well, where do I go? They don't tell you exactly where to go or what to do. So, just for a heads up, for the Sadu, you can find them in like a forest slash a forest of oak wood and birch, but it has to be at least like I think 1,000 meters or blocks away from the actual village. So you have to go into chunks that haven't actually spawned yet, so the building can spawn. Same with the alchemist, but the alchemist is not in this biome. It's in a mountain. It's near mountains. So if you can find like an extreme hills biome, the alchemist should be over there. But again, it has to be at least 1,000 meters away from the actual village. But as soon as you another way to actually let's go back a second. If you use the V key, it will be easier to help to find the Sadu or the alchemist, because it will say right now it has like the village, but if you find like the Sadu, it will say the Sadu is a certain amount of meters away. So that will help you if you need, like if you're lost, like if you found it but you don't know how to get back to it, you can click the B key and it will pop up. So it's not like it like considers it a village even though it's technically not. But obviously when you get there, there'll be like all these quests. I think right now you can, if I had started it, it would say like I think there's like at least 10 quests for each main storyline. And the quests are not impossible. I mean, they're pretty cool, I think, actually. They're unique. Each storyline has obviously their own different path. I'm not going to spoil any of the quests, but if you want to know more about the whole questing, Millenaire has its own wiki. So just look up Millenaire wiki, and you can have like a whole getting started, and there's a whole tutorial on how to get the whole creation quest set up going. Also, I like to mention that in the achievements, there's actually achievements for this mod right here. You can see the Millenaire mod. You start with, usually you can meet a villagers, the first ones, and also explore their building. And then eventually you can visit villagers of the 3 cultures in the same world. And there's also bandits in this game that will attack your city. And also, I have never found this either. The Pantheon, visit the mysterious Pantheon. I'm not 100% sure what that is exactly. We also can hire villagers. You can plant crops but you have to be taught by them. You can complete quests, obviously, earn the golden dinner, and also, or if you want to go to the dark side, then kill a villager. Star Wars reference. And you can even, when you unlock the inn, drink alcohol. Okay, now this is where things get a little bit intense. So I'm actually, I think, going to show you how to build a village, or how to start. So right here, I'm just gonna a little note. See, obviously it doesn't say like obviously this isn't like a ton of money. I mean like 60 dinars. That's pretty good. But obviously overall this stuff doesn't really sell for much. However, I'm just gonna put this up in the inventory. If you have a ton of iron or even diamond materials, so I'm gonna search diamond right now. I mean obviously this is a lot, but if you have a lot of diamond or iron, they actually buy this equipment, and chest plates are worth the most. So if you come here, now this will pop up. See and now see, compared to 60 dinars, which is the bronze, this will give you 24 of these, just from one of them. So obviously I'm just going to click it, and now I have 3 of them, which means I'm pretty sure I unlocked the quest. Or, see now, the status of friend of the village, and now I am fluent in the language too. Obviously, it will take you longer to get that, but now also possible housing is available. I can buy the village scroll. I can do a lot more things now. I can even learn how to plant the maze. So a lot more things are open when you become higher in reputation. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, since this is the wrong culture, the quest doesn't actually start. So I think I might actually. He's wearing down pants. I think I actually might cut to find a Norman or Hindi village so I can show you how the actual quest line sets up. But it's showing that's the friend of the village, and then the whole more things unlock. And so, armor, selling iron is worth a lot too. Obviously not as much as diamond, but it will help you in the long run. So I'm thinking I might cut to actually finding a Norman or Hindi village so we can actually start the actual quest line. So be right back. Sorry, but we're not at the village quite yet, but I just wanted to point out this is a bandit tower. It doesn't look like much. It looks like kind of just like a ruined stone building, maybe covered in gravel. And you might have to dig a little bit, but a staircase near the edge of the building will appear. Well, you'll obviously find it, and there's a whole like kind of secret area down here, and there's a chest available. Since when there'll be bandits obviously guarding the building, but once you kill all the bandits, the chest will unlock, and obviously you have money and then boots. Alright, right? But there's also other things you can get as like food or just like even some of the really good things like the wand of summoning, which is used to summon the village, which we'll get to later I feel in the video. There's a lot to do in this mod, and again, sorry that if you don't like long mod showcases, well, this mod has a lot to pack in, so I think it's well worth it that all this information is shared. So we're just going to continue a little bit longer. Villages usually like to spawn in the middle, not near water. I've noticed they don't spawn over water. You spawn inland. So if you find water, try to stick away from there because most likely they won't spawn over there. But I'm going to keep going a little bit longer, I think. But I'm pretty sure also they can spawn in most biomes. I found them spawn in mountains. I found them spawned in deserts. Not 100% in snow. But obviously forest biomes, grasslands. So it's not like only the grasslands will spawn. Again. Now I know the command. Might as well use it. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going. It's a pretty big swamp biome. I think I might just cut again until I find the actual village. So be right back. Sorry again, I just want to point out what like a lone building might look like. I was exploring and I was exploring and I came across this. It looks like kind of just ruins of like a, I don't know, it was like destroyed in a battle or something. But so you'll just see like a building like this. So there's not much in it, but there are a couple chests, and in these chests are money usually, and then different items like food or maybe in seeds. Usually it's not a lot of money, but it's still, worth exploring. So I'm gonna again keep going, and I'll cut back to when we find one of the villages we're looking for. Alright, I finally came across the Hindi village, or sometimes they spawn out like little groups of villages. I think this is actually a regular village in Minecraft. Anyway, so I'm actually gonna stop here. So this is a pretty nice looking village for right now. Obviously right now they have houses, I think that's not mine, maybe? Not sure. That's a whole nother village over there. So sometimes they spawn like little groups like this. So I'm gonna come right here. Now you see they dress different. Okay. So obviously, like the Mayan village, they had this whole setup where what they need. Mud brick 380. Mud brick is impossible to craft. You have to, these right here, this is mud brick. They make the mud brick, and then they sit it out here, and then it dries in the sun, and then it turns into that white looking color, and that's the stuff they build with. I think you can mine it yourself, the brick, in case you don't like how slow they're going or something like that. But anyway, I'm gonna come over here, and I'm actually gonna give them all diamond armor, and so we can unlock the quest. So I just want to show you kind of like the whole questing thing works. So install my inventory. And I don't know where they are. Usually it'll say selling to players so you know which one of them is selling to you. Hopefully she'll maybe? You're annoying me. Let's go to this village. Again you see like the whole mud brick. Oh wait, I'll also show you the is this their village leading? Oh, that's a panda. Whoa, what happened here? It's not good. But this is the village leader. And obviously I'm a stranger. But the whole diplomatic. Okay, now you can see the relations with the other cities. Obviously with the Hindu ones, they are very positive in relationship because they're both the same culture. With the Mayan, there are bad relations because they're different cultures. And eventually you're going to have to praise them if you want them or live in them. So now since she's selling to me, I'm going to sell all my stuff. And now, I think I am now a friend of the village. Obviously it'll take you, I think it took me a few hours to actually get there legitimately to that link. And now I think he will give you one of these guys will give you the quest line, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's one of them. Oh, yeah, right here. So obviously this is what a quest looks like. So the pandit of the town will say the Sadhu, and that's from up here, the creation quest chapter, the Sadhu. So you click on them, and then I recommend also having a little bit more background information on what you're doing, and it usually tells you some useful information on actually how to do some of these quests or where to go. So you can read that. I actually won't read it now. And then I'll click accept quest, and it'll tell you, I guess there's 3 times the fun. Okay, so I guess I accepted the quest twice. Okay, I'm actually just gonna. So that's how the whole quest. I'm actually not gonna go to him. I want you guys to do it yourself. Probably more fun than instead of me showing you. So that's how you accept the quest, and it's the same way how you do it for the alchemist, except there's no like pandits or anything. But that's the exact same kind of like method to do it for the the Normans. So now I'm gonna do the final thing is actually creating the village. So that's the merchant. I'm actually gonna come here, wait for the person to come to sell to me. So selling to player. So right now, I need the reputation of one of us to get the wand summoning, which is you can either, there's 2 ways to get it. You can get this reputation of one of us, or apparently if you complete like the Sadhu quest, since this is the Hindi, if you create the entire quest line, like all like 10 or 11 quests, you'll get the reputation of one of us. So you can either do all the quest line, which is I recommend highly, or you can eventually, I think, just sell stuff to them and you'll eventually get again to the well. So I'm just gonna find it. And there's also the one of negation, which is the opposite one of something, which you can despawn villages instead of summon villages. Just I wanted to show you that. Alright. Now the whole wand of summoning thing is you want to put your village obviously in a key location. It doesn't matter, like, you can have your village literally right next to this village. There's no like minimum distance like you have to be from any village. But I recommend putting where oak trees or big forest is present, because most of these buildings require, it depends where you're. Oh wow, I actually found the statue. I don't think that's 1,000 meters. Maybe it's not 1,000. Alright, well, I didn't want to do that, but whatever. This is what the statue tree would look like, and obviously he'll be right here. Remember, it has to be in chunks that you have not loaded yet in the game, because if it's already chunks, he won't spawn. So it has to be ungenerated chunks. And obviously, when you get here, he'll have the quest for you, and you can accept the quest. So now you'll get the achievement for having it, and he'll tell you to do things. But obviously, I'll let you guys do the quest on because I don't want to do all of it right now. Set time. Oh, time slow. Oh, run. Okay. Now, I think I might just, since it's already a pretty long video, I think, I'm just going to put the village right here. It's not the most ideal location, but there are trees here, and I recommend that you do put it against oak trees or birch trees, something like that. Okay, if you right click, you can obviously see in the left in the message box, this is use one obsidian block to generate a random village, or a gold block where you can choose. I recommend just getting a gold block, because obsidian's, I don't know, I feel like you would want the, I don't know, whatever. But I guess you can choose which one, or you can do random, whichever you prefer at the moment. So now when you have your gold block or obsidian block, you're going to right click on the top. Now this menu will pop up. So it will select the village type you want to create. However, since I am not the leader of any of the cultures yet, I cannot actually, well, I can build one, but my leadership status, since I'm not like the leader, it like, I don't know. But to become a leader in culture, you need to reach the natural leader level in the village and ask the village leader or complete the creation quest chapter for that culture. And that's how you get the whole quest available. So obviously these are the different types of villages. I think there's like an agriculture village, industrial village, like artist village, agriculture, a military village, which actually, there's a lot of Norman, and not a lot of anything else. That's why I also like the Norman best. But I'm going to show you the military one. I cannot find places to build a town hall. Well, that means, I guess, don't be near water. Alright, let's just go to this jungle over here. And spawn it in here. I also, yeah, again, I have found a village in the jungle biome. So they can spawn, I think, in this time. Let's try to get the military village. Okay, that option did not come up. So I think it's gonna spawn. There we go. Whoa! Okay, so I spawned the village. And the reason I like the military one is the HQ is like a fort. So I mean, like, honestly, that's really cool. Alright, so the village will spawn. And it'll spawn a few houses and a few other stuff. But not much right away. So obviously you have to come here. And again, like all the other ones, it has the to-do board. And I just want to show you the broken sword quest I mentioned earlier. Like, my husband, could you give him his broken sword? And then this is like a minor quest, and then these will say lost sword, and you proceed with quest, and you get more reputation and even XP. But you do lose the sword, obviously. Alright, now, as you can see, you're probably thinking, well, if I summon the village, am I the leader of the village? Actually, it doesn't work like that. thing I've noticed. I thought that in the beginning too, but I noticed that the village you befriended earlier, like let's say the mine village, that kind of village, if you spawn that, I think you'll be the leader. But since we have not friended a Norman village, you can spawn them, but they won't be friendly. They won't be like friendly because you haven't actually met them in the real spawn. It's like pretty complicated. I'm trying to do as easy as I can. So I think the village type. Let's say I was friend. I found a Norman fort village like this. I didn't spawn it. I randomly generated it in the world. I found this, and I friended them. I did the whole alchemy quest. I did everything for them. The village was really big. It was thriving. All that. Now I was like, I want to create a village. So yeah, you'd have to, use your wand or something and the gold block. You go somewhere far nearby. I don't know. And then that's when you put the when you summon. I'm just gonna show you. I won't actually summon. I'm gonna do it right here. But when that menu came up and it said the leadership thing, okay, I'm gonna do it. Whatever. So when that thing came up, it would say leadership, and it would say that you're the leader of the Norman thing, Norman culture, because you did complete the quest for them. So you could be the leader of that village. And when you were browsing through the village types to build, and when I found the Norman Fort one, I said I like that one personally. But if you found this one in the real world and then you want to spawn another one for yourself, I'm pretty sure you become the automatic leader of that town. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So hopefully I'll try to explain. I tried to explain that as easy as I could, but I think that's pretty much it for the whole Millenaire mod. I'm pretty sure that's yeah. I think that's pretty much it. But on your own time, you can explore all the buildings you can create. Also, I think just a couple little, just one little thing in water. If you like, I'm not saying you're gonna cover this entire lake up or ocean, but if you cover like a pond or like river that's in the way, they will build over it. But if there's water, like a river, they won't go build over. You actually have to patch up the river in order for them to build on it. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, rate, like. Just give it a like. That's all you need to do. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Sorry again, because I think it was a pretty long video. But again, a lot of information to put in. So again, thanks for watching. And if you have any other questions, please comment, or obviously you can go to the Millenaire Wiki, which I think I'd recommend. Alright, thanks for watching. This is I Play Games 38 with the Millenaire Mod review.